Hello everybody and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in the north side of the map we have Matreiuus playing as Set. And spawning in on the south side of the map we have Resurgam playing as Hades. It is good to be back, everybody. It has been a long time. I hope everyone got a chance to catch my video a couple of weeks ago. And actually we have tried to record and produce some content since then. I've actually done a duo casted game with Jay, but the audio quality was not good at all, so I'm not even going to post it. You can barely hear anything I'm saying and Jay is way too loud. But we are going to get some more duo casted games back in the action, but let's focus in on this game right here. So we're on Ghost Lake. Haven't seen this map in a while since I did my previous content. Checking out the relics. Bow of Artemis really good here, especially for honestly for both players. That is a fantastic relic. Right in the middle of the lake we have text of Imhotep. Buildings constructed faster. I don't think anyone's going to care too much about that. Villager move speed really good over on the northeast side of the Ghost Lake. And there is one more relic. Yeah, sneaking way down here. We've got God powers recharge faster and cost less favor to recast. So decent relics. Definitely the archery relic going to be our premier product this game. Oh, and I love the pumpkins as the berry bush is so nice. So we do see temple coming up. Vaults of Erebus did come in over for Resurgam. But it looks like pretty standard opening over there. Let's check in with Matreiuus. A lot on food. We've got a couple on gold. Looks like we did gather a little bit of wood, but we're off of that now. No temple coming up, and we do see actually pickaxe coming in the archaic age. Not typical, at least I don't think so. I've been out of the meta for a bit, but that is an early pickaxe, so we'll have to see what happens and what Matreiuus is going for. I do not know who wins this game. I just pulled this from aomstats.io. Got a couple games from there that we're going to be watching, and Matreiuus, always a player I've enjoyed watching. We'll see if any age ups come through. I'm not sure what to expect from the age ups here. I mean, on the Hades side, we could see Cyclopsitotes if we go that direction with the Cyclops, but we'll just have to wait until that tech comes in. So far, though, pretty peaceful, pretty slow age ups. For both sides, I guess we're only at 220. This game isn't very far in, so yeah, really shouldn't be expecting to see that many age ups. The only interesting thing that I see over from Resurgam is 3 on favor does seem like a lot to me at this point of the game, so this does, you know, kind of hint to me that we are going to be seeing myth units inside of the composition. We'll have to wait until the age up to see exactly which myth unit that is going to be, but I would expect there to be myth units included. Nice use of the priest, just gathering some additional safe food right under the town center. We got 2 caribou. Oh, and actually, though, the priest did get caught out over here. Not just Kataskopos, but a villager getting out. Almost getting taken down, but actually the pharaoh from Matreiuus being able to be pulled out in time to keep the priest healed, and now they're just both going to heal each other and slowly walk away. So really nice defensive maneuver. Obviously does slow down Matreius's economy a little bit because he did have to pull the pharaoh, but really smart use and a great way to save the priest from the other smart use over here by Resurgam, trying to have the villager take out that priest. And we do see the age up coming through for Matreiuus. We have Ta coming through, pretty much to be expected. So getting a really significant jump on the age up, honestly. Pretty surprising here. We still don't even see that hint of the age up over here on the other side, and we still only have 200 food. So a really drawn out archaic age over here from Resurgam. We'll have to see how that works out for him because age up's going to be finished here soon. We already have Hands of the Pharaoh pre-queued for Matreiuus. And I can see, especially with Set and how quickly Set can take off in a game, I could see this getting really dicey for Resurgam. And there's the age up. It does come through. Monuments coming up. A lot on gold. I mean, we're almost certainly going straight to heroic here, right? With that much on gold, that is an insane amount on gold. And still, we do see Ajax come out. You know, gonna check out some fights in the middle. We do get a couple relics getting picked up. We do have the Imhotep relic being picked up for the building construction, but that's it. Ajax is getting out there and looking. Let's check out the map reveals. So Resurgam does have pretty good vision, was able to spot out Katara of Apollo, so he is going to be going for that relic, which is really good. But do we even see the age up yet? We do finally. Okay, so we do have Athena coming through. So let's ride over with Matreiuus. because I do think he has an opportunity to either punish a slower aging up player, or he's just going to scale much quicker. And it does look like the 2 TC play is going to be coming in here. And I think critically, has this relic not been even spotted? Where did that relic go? Oh, it looks like it was picked up. Okay, so we did get the archery relic picked up over here from matreiuus. Yeah, that's going to be huge. He just got that bow of Artemis. Very big. He's going for second TC. I mean, if I'm playing set in this position, I'm incredibly happy with how this game has gone so far. Even picking off the scout as a bonus, going up into, you know, the middle of this classical age, getting his 2 TC set up. Pretty good TC position too. You do have the gold mine, got to watch out for those Arctic wolves around there. But another gold mine pretty close by, hunt pretty close to the opponent's base, and we see the TC match. So second TC coming up as well from Resurgam. Didn't expect that. They picked the same side of the map, so we do have quite the battleground that's going to occur here on this gold mine. That's looking like it's going to be the critical inflection point, is who's able to get control of that gold mine. And actually we see clairvoyance coming out. Really great, really great. Let's see what matreiuus sees. Pretty good scouting, but he does know there's a settlement here, so it's possible with that clairvoyance we're just looking to be able to cast vision a couple times, see what the opponent is doing. You know, he doesn't have a lot of obelisks, is able to see just a little bit of the army. We saw Ajax, we saw the Minotaur, but still no idea what sort of unit composition his opponent might be going for. So I would expect him to potentially use that vision pretty soon when he gets that upgrade. So we'll have to see. He just finished the upgrade. He's going to check anything out. Looking at the resources, it does seem like both players are going to be opting to stay in the classical age for a little bit. Still not really any units coming out from Resurgam, but we do hear units coming out over here from matreiuus. We do just have the barracks at this point pumping out axemen, and we do see Achilles running around the map trying to do some damage, but really no crazy action happening at this point. Both players content to hit that 2 TC mark to start expanding up. We do see matreiuus denying this as a potential TC, and I'm going to go ahead and guess that was the vision, and it was. So now he can see what we're working with, the goats that he has. He does see just the edge of that town center as well. Looks like he's actually spotted this relic as well, which is a decent relic, and especially with clairvoyance, that actually multiplies very nicely for those god powers. So with a little bit of the spearman raid, we do see just sentinels thrown up as a response, and then no damage going to be done. So both players just scaling up a little bit further. We do see hints of heroic age coming through. matreiuus stacking up to 600 food, 200 gold, so likely looking for that heroic age. And then same thing on the other side for Resurgam. He's looking for that heroic. Does queue up Aphrodite. Okay. And I feel like we're gonna have a big boom here. You know, so far we've had a couple skirmishes, but nothing crazy. Even the Arctic wolf being taken down for some extra food. And this does look like where the battle is going to happen when it happens. So just sizing up the armies ahead of time. I mean, a typical Greek army, we have 2 heroes and a myth unit. That's pretty typical of the classical age. And then the other side, a lot of spearmen. I am curious about the spearmen, maybe just because they are cheap and he doesn't know what his opponent is producing. So let's just throw some spearmen out there as front line, and we'll have to see how that works out. So the battle coming in, spearmen very scared of the Minotaur, so the priests are going to start working on him, but only 2 priests, so that Minotaur probably is going to be able to just walk away fine. It does mean that Resurgam does have to concede this hunt. He did get about half of the hunt already, but realistically, if we're talking about the state of this game, the hunt is not what's the most important. It's this gold mine, and we do see Memphis coming through on the other side, so we are going to have a pretty big timing attack coming in. Both players actually hitting the heroic age almost at the exact same time. Military Academy archery range going down, and we're just about to start pumping out units. I expect this to stay in the heroic age for a while, and I expect these units, these players, just to pump out as many units as they can, fight over this gold mine, and then I'm going to go ahead and predict it right now. I'm going to bet around the 13-minute mark we see someone go to this gold mine, they get caught, and then the game ends. That's my prediction for this game. So we'll see how these fights come in. We do see both age ups have come through. We have curse available, we have ancestors available. Looks like Curse is going to be cast right there. Really nice use because all those spearmen are just gone. There's no front line left. The Wadjet's going to have to run. The priests do get the Minotaur, so that is a nice consolation prize. But they're not really going to do much here versus Ajax, literally tickling the Ajax. These priests are doing nothing. Scorpion Man getting chased down from Achilles. We do see the Michael Stronghold coming up from matreiuus, but as a response, actually casting the Ancestors himself to try and protect this Michael Stronghold. He's all about getting this gold. That's all he cares about. Finishing this Michael Stronghold, take this territory for himself. Villagers actually deciding to fight. The restoration is going to be really big there. Will these villagers be able to finish the stronghold? There's only a couple left. At this point, only 2 villagers left. Only 1 villager left. I don't think... Oh, it does look like it's going to go up. Nemean Lion too low. Oh, I don't know about that. I guess there is a TC there, so there are going to be reinforcements, but I think at that point, if you're Resurgam, you need to prevent that from going up. Throw everything you have at it. Ancestors, though, I mean, you don't love to use Ancestors defensively as matreiuus, but the fact that you claim this territory, siege works coming up now as well, and we do see the chariots and the Petsushos. Wait, oh no, these are just crocodiles. Oh wow, they tricked me. Those were Petsushos. I was like, did I miss something? I did not think we aged up that way. We do see siege coming out both ways. We got a siege tower, or just a Petrobolos coming out, and now we have the siege tower coming out over here from matreiuus. So, you know, this is where we expected the line of fight to be, and I have a feeling I can probably leave my camera right here for the next 5 minutes, and we won't miss much. The siege towers coming in, gonna try and take out the sentinels. You do need to take those out first. They do quite a lot of damage, but they are pretty squishy. You can actually take them out quite quick. And we'll have to see, does the fortress go down first, or does the stronghold go down first? We do have a couple villagers repairing the stronghold in the back. You can do that for quite a while. He's got plenty of resources to be able to support it. And then we do see the fortresses starting to go down. I am curious about the Peltist. I guess for the chariot archers, it's good to have some Peltist mixed in, but that does feel like we just need some more foot soldiers to be able to deal with this siege. I mean, almost half of the population in this skirmish from matreiuus is just siege towers, and the fortress does go down. So mission successful. Going to try and pull these siege towers back. We'll see what he's able to accomplish with just 1 half-health siege tower remaining, but the fortress does go down, so pretty big investment wiped out. I'm just going to do a quick scan of the rest of the map, but I don't really expect much quick drop off of the gold. Does that mean we see Mythic Age? No, just looking for an upgrade somewhere. A couple farms coming out, nothing crazy. So let's just go back to our point of action. You know, get these pigs out of here. This is ridiculous. You're in the middle of a war. There's catapults flying everywhere. Get these pigs out of here. That's a lot of food. Oh, the pigs are changing sides because they're sick of the working conditions. They actually go back, so the strike's over. But seriously, get these pigs out of there. That's a lot of food, really quick food to gather. I mean, you might as well take them. But the continuation of the fight going to be happening here. Catapults versus siege towers. We'll have to see, really at this point, I don't expect a ton to change unless we see a Mythic Age. But I will say, even though matreiuus has relative control of this area, he doesn't have enough control to actually take this gold. That being said, there's still plenty of gold on the map for both these players, so it's not like either of them are going to run out in the near future. I do wonder, though, if it would be worth it for either of these players just to throw a market down here and start getting some traders out. I mean, this side of the map is completely neglected. If we just look at each player's individual vision, absolutely nothing over there for matreiuus. Absolutely nothing over there for Resurgam. I mean, I do feel like you could get a cheeky market out there and really amp up that gold supply, but looks like really both players feeling the need to invest fully in military at this point. All right, we'll go ahead and jump to revealed. Oh, and we actually do see, oh, here we go. We do see the expansion from matreiuus. So he is starting to get out there. Maybe he will throw down that market. But, you know, there is a lot of gold on this map in Ghost Lake. It is interesting how we do see these lines of battle form around the lake just because you can't build any infrastructure on the lake itself. So you know, some games you see sort of a two-front battle. This game we're seeing a one-front battle. I'll be honest, as a spectator, this isn't the most interesting thing in the world right now. I do see at least we pulled the pigs back a little bit, but you know, this is how this map often plays out. It does feel to me though like matreiuus is going to be doing just fine. I know that his score is a bit behind, but actually we're going to have a skirmish coming in, so let's take a look at the fight. Pretty good camel numbers, but actually really good hoplite numbers, and we do have the heavy hoplites, we do have the heavy camels, heavy everything inside of this skirmish. It actually looks like the stronghold is going to drop. That could be really bad. He only has the one stronghold still at this point. He does not put one behind it to help support, and it does look like that's going to go down. Actually, the catapults at the very last second taken out. That stronghold lives with just a sliver of health. Oh man, I got to think that these units could even just run over there. The hoplite could take that out with a couple tickles, but they're going to focus back on the siege towers. Scorpion men getting pretty low. Nice job for matreiuus retreating those to be able to try and heal them up, but actually I spoke too soon. Chiron going to be able to take one down, and that's a lot of gold lost on those Scorpion men. And it does look like Resurgam is starting to take a bit more of a dominant position here, but I really like the move from matreiuus. He says, I'm going to fight this front, slow you down, and I'm just going to go ahead and start expanding elsewhere. And we do see units starting to stack up on this side of the map, and actually he is going to find villagers here. We'll have to see if he notices, and he does. So those villagers going to get hit pretty hard, and actually, yeah, it looks like we're just rebuilding over here. So let's check out this aggression. Yeah, villagers getting completely caught out. That's going to really help give him an advantage, because right now these two players are dead even on the villager count. They're dead even on the military count. So little advantages like this from matreiuus, this might make the difference in the game. Not to mention it's distracting from the siege here, where we see some of Resurgam's units getting lost, but they're actually doing the all-in for the Michael stronghold. I do think they get this. I think they get this. So this does seem worth it, even getting other villagers in the action, but we're starting to see that number drop. We do see a 4 villager lead right now from matreiuus jump to 5. We'll have to check in on how that is after this fight, because I gotta imagine some of these villagers are gonna go down as well. Camel focused on the catapults. We do have decent chariot numbers. I do wonder why we don't have more of a mass from matreiuus, but now I'm starting to see why. It's because we have 4 TC. So he is going to concede some ground here, but by doing so much, you know, damage and pressure so close to Resurgam's base, he's able to expand elsewhere on the map. Now, what we're going to need to see is, first of all, we're going to need to see matreiuus support this position with another stronghold with more units, because you are going to have a continued assault over here. But what I'd like to see as well is to build up this area a bit. You could actually wall this town center off with the tree line of the mountains really well. I would love to see that. Keep everything over here safe. You could do the same kind of down here. You could really, you know, isolate that area, or at least make raids take a bit longer, because you're going to lose over here. Slowly, you're going to start losing ground over here. So I would like to see reinforcing, because what you don't want is for Resurgam to be able to put together 20 cavalry and run through your entire production and just take off villagers one by one. You do want to have some sort of barrier, and it looks like this is the barrier. We're going to do a whole nother forward base. This is a really nice gold mine, actually. Excuse me, I hope that didn't get caught, but I had to cough. But really good position here. I mean, look at these cliff sides. That is really nice. This is, I mean, if I'm matreiuus, I'm kind of wishing I expanded here in the first place, but we'll have to see. I mean, really critically, I think that we do see a timer on Resurgam now, because he needs to reclaim territory. He's down 35 villagers at this point. His army is bigger, significantly bigger, but he needs to use it. He needs to reclaim territory. He probably needs to take 2 town centers, or at least wipe out 2 town centers. So I'm almost curious why we don't see this forward push coming. There's only a town center defending this. There's barely any units. I do feel like you have to strike now. We'll have to see what he's waiting for. We do see Mythic Age coming through for matreiuus. He's going through Horus, so that is going to be a huge difference. And this is not a huge base. I mean, really, you can do a lot of damage here with Tornado. That might be the game ender, actually, because, well, you know, we have to see if this push works, but this push really needs to work for Resurgam to have a chance in the rest of this game. He does have, you know, a pretty good unit composition, and I will say matreiuus has done an excellent job of picking off the siege. So there's only 2 Petrobolos out. I think that's going to be the limiting factor here, because you're just not going to kill the town center too fast with these. It does look like it's going to go down eventually here, and it looks like matreiuus is probably just going to concede this whole base. But let's take a look at the resources. 1,000 left on the gold mine. Cleared out some of the wood. The pigs are fat, but those are going to be claimed by Resurgam here. as he takes down this town center. So, you know, this push is nice. I do think it was the minimum necessary to stay in this game, but I do think you need to take one more to really equalize this, because at this point, that villager lead is quite high. It actually looks like he was able to close the gap pretty significantly. How did he close the gap that fast? That's crazy. Only a 10 villager lead now? I need to go back and watch that, because he was down 35 very recently, so I'm not sure what happened there, but we do see the mythic age come through, and there's the tornado actually using it within his own base. Is this really the best use? I mean, it is going to wipe out a lot of the military, but it's also going to wipe out all of your own infrastructure. We'll have to see what's coming on the other side of this, but I gotta say, I love watching you, matreiuus, but I don't know about that one, man. I feel like we could have probably done some damage over here with a bigger push, but okay. All of your buildings are now gone, and Resurgam's army is a little bit smaller, so checkmate. I wonder if he's regretting that one right now. Yeah, I don't know. That was not the best use of tornado that I've seen. I mean, he's got decent military size now. We do see that actually has started to go in his favor. I do still feel like matreiuus is going to win this game, but yeah, that was not a good tornado. We do see Hephaestus coming through though. I do wonder if this it probably was the right decision. I mean, Artemis is okay, especially for Hades, but I don't know that Earthquake is ever making a difference in this game. So maybe with the plenty, maybe with the Colossus, maybe with the armory techs and super strong infantry, we could see Resurgam get back into this game, but I don't know. Well, only time will tell, and I think his time is running out, because this army actually going to be kind of cut out of it. Avenger, if the Avenger does get in here on this mess, he's going to absolutely shred it. Does kind of get caught by the heroes. Look at him spinning, Beyblading his way out of there, but now he doesn't have that spin. You know, look at this. Where's matreiuus's army? Is he actually losing this? Is he losing at this point? I need to do a reassessment, because we are on 3TC to 3TC now. The villager count negligible for the difference there, and military count 30 in favor of Resurgam, but are the Greek units just too strong at this point in the game compared to the Egyptian units? Are they just too strong? Actually, that third town center just now getting claimed. I didn't see where, yeah, there's the plenty, so very secure. This relic still not grabbed. I mean, you might as well grab that. You got some pretty good god powers in use, especially with the multi-use of sentinels. But now I'm wondering, is this game over for matreiuus? I feel like the momentum shifted out of nowhere, just losing this battle and not doing anything productive on the other side outside of getting all the gold. I mean, I guess that's the nice part, is he does have a lot of gold, but the army count, he's actually got a much weaker army here. Colossus coming in. These Hoplite are so strong. I think I just heard Champion Hoplite come in. Yep, that's Champion Hoplite. I have to imagine Champion Toxtos are going to be coming over soon. And are these chariots going to be enough? This fight is looking very close. The Pharaoh is there doing great damage to the Colossus, but regardless, that health pool is massive. 1,500 health. It's going to take a while for that Pharaoh, and actually the Pharaoh is going to be taken down by the Toxtos, so that Colossus is going to live, going for the temple, going for the relics, and I think he's going to take it. Look at this big boy. Just smacking away at one priest on him, and it does go down, unfortunately, for the rest of the fight. It's so dead even here. I'm just really not sure. At this point now, the chariot archer numbers are starting to build massively. There's just not a front line. The front line is gone now, so these chariot archers are now going to be gone, and it looks like that's it. matreiuus surrenders, because his military just can't keep up with the powerhouse of the Mythic Age Greek military. These units, these hoplites, are just too strong. They're way stronger than anything that the Egyptians can put out. And it did feel like matreiuus had map control, he had resource control. He just wasn't able to push this location's advantage. You know, I really think we could have invested more there instead of going to 2 to 3 additional TCs, but that's going to be the game. So let's take a quick look at the post game. And we did see a slight score lead for Resurgam the whole time. Yeah, so he was, you know, in total resources slightly ahead the entire time. It did just feel like, you know, not Low Smith, but matreiuus had better map control. But I guess that's it. Great game from Resurgam, fighting through sets, mid-game strength, and being able to come through in the late game and take the win. It's good to be back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this game, and I will see you in the next one.